Welcome to Present Poetry. I'm your host, Erin Crittenden, and all poems within this podcast are either public domain or used with permission from the author or the author's estate. It's a fun time for poetry lovers of all ages, so sit back, relax, and get ready to hear some poems of the past and the present. This week's featured poet is K.G. Munro. K.G. Munro is an author and poet from Scotland. Her poetry has been featured in numerous publications around the world, such as Indian Periodical, Poetry Potion, Splendor Magazine, A Thin Slice of Anxiety, Spill Words, Fevers of the Mind, Friday Flash Fiction, and The Poet Magazine. She also has a poetry collection coming out soon. To learn more about this author or to read her published works, you can visit any of those sites through the link in the show notes. This poem is called The Mole People. Living in disused sewers because rents in this city of gold are higher than many can afford. These people that worked in jobs, went to college, lived the American dream, are now kicked to the sideline by Uncle Sam and his team of investors. Trying to survive the summers and winters as they dive in dumpsters for food, using their day to collect necessities to bring back to their humble abode. If it weren't for those holes, these people would be on the open streets, dying from exposure and violence, these unfortunate souls that we call the moles. This poem is called Definition. I've been happy, I've been worse, I've been lost, I've been hurt. There is nothing more difficult than trying to be sane in an insane world, where your opinion becomes a definition of who you are for the long term, instead of just being an opinion that you may not have tomorrow. It's just disheartening, trying to walk a road that changes with every fluctuation in the climate, in the rain, in the daylight, across concrete roads covered in white lines, trying to find your own definition of the world. This poem is called Past Lives. Echoes of our old voices are in my head, like static from an old radio, trying to decipher the past and the present. His smile is familiar, like pearly gates of affection. Have we done this before? My heart pumps at the same pace as yours. Your hazel eyes dunk me into the coffee of your soul, as deja vu grips my balance, before you kiss me and I fall into this endless hole. But your lips feel colder than before. What if this is our karma? To repeat our doomed dalliance until we are done breaking up for no reason, reincarnating with you. Well, I suppose it could be worse. At least you'll always be mine. In this and every other lifetime we will share together. This poem is called A Pen That Breaks So Easily. Writers are the historians and wielders of the pen. Our defense comes from words and nothing more. We dance on pages of paper thinner than a layer of ice. We breathe in the universe and give birth to new planets. We shed tears that could refill every ocean on Earth. It is not just a profession, but a way of life. Because of this sensitivity, we can break easily. Our voices can quiver, and our pens can shatter with every grueling rejection, the black ink spilling like crimson blood. Our creations are more than mere fiction, but a tangible part of our bodies and souls. This poem is called Hide Behind You. Lurking in your shadow, like a comfort blanket away from the world. Your smile is a cloak, one that covers my soul and catches my tears when they fall. On the days that I feel the need to run, into your arms I always land. Your words heal my woes. The warmth of your heart permeates through my cold hands, using your love as a shield against the loneliness I feel within my head. I never expected to find this kind of safety. Then you came along and changed me. In the forest where everything green had died, until you touched the flowers and revived them, and it gave me the time to recover, to escape from a world that was dragging me under. But I can't spend the rest of my life hiding. That's why I am leaving this refuge, to stand by your side and not live life behind your back, but to enjoy it beside you. Thank you for listening to this episode of Present Poetry. If you enjoyed it, please leave us a review, share us on social media, or subscribe so you never miss an episode. If you would like to learn more about the featured poet, or you would like your work featured on the podcast, please check out the links in the show notes. Thank you again for listening, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.